the Wrestling Agenda.
We're back.
We're back. As always, I'm Kyle.
I'm Cody.
And we're in a bit of an argument currently.
Why is that?
Cody said he would rather spend $42 on this hot dog machine than spend $48 on a signed Elite.
Well, I
flag.
mean,
all.
As good as the wrestlers are that are in the Elite, the hot dog machine makes me hot dogs more than once.
And the
a
Elite
day.
makes me boners at least once a day. 5-star machines.
Well, I'm not saying they're bad wrestlers.
Just
But
saying.
Agree to disagree.
Yeah, we'll agree to disagree on that one. But we have Raw and Smackdown review because it was actually good this week.
It's a good week.
Both
Great
of
week.
them were pretty good.
Yeah.
So Raw was kind of typical Raw. It was Chris Jericho being funny for 2.5 hours.
Yeah. Raw is
And-
Jericho.
Yep, and nothing really going on. And then at the end, they had the Survivor Series standoff where the SmackDown men's team invaded the ring while the Raw's men's team was in on promo.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it was good.
I'm glad that they've invaded this way, and I wish they would have waited until now to have someone invade, not when Brock Lesnar and Randy Orton were traded off. It would have meant more now.
Yeah, agreed.
But I like how it's going so far. I like how somehow both teams.
This has actually been a really good build to Survivor Series.
right. We haven't had one of those in about 15
I'm
years.
actually really excited for this.
Yeah.
And it could be the first Big Four that pans out as a good pay-per-view this year.
Yeah.
Because SummerSlam got mixed reviews.
It was okay.
I think it was the best to this point. Rumble was
It was
Roman Reigns show.
Right, but we haven't had a split Rumble yet.
Yep, and
so.
then Mania was
Mania was amazing because we were there.
because we were there. Yeah, if we were watching on TV, it probably would have been dog shit.
I still would have liked
That's
it.
what a lot of people said, and I was like, well, I was there, so it wasn't so bad. But
As someone that watched 27, this was way better than 27.
yeah, I would agree with that. And then SmackDown, we just watched. It was good.
It was so good.
And then with Edge coming back, right away you had the Intercontinental title change hands, of course, with Miz
Yeah.
and Ziggles. That was fun. So Miz is your new champion.
right.
Looked good. I was happy, which was weird.
Sadly, it means
Yeah.
more going into Survivor Series with Miz holding it.
I don't know how I feel about Miz being champion again.
I mean, I liked it. You liked it.
I did.
I mean,
did.
we don't like Miz,
No.
but we like what he's doing.
Yeah, he's really, really good right now.
He's the hottest he's ever been. And if
yeah.
he's just going to
Hands
start trading off the title and ends up being like a 10 or 11 time Intercontinental champion, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as
That works for me.
As long as he sticks to his gimmick
That works for me, too.
and continues going after Daniel Bryan,
Yep.
I'm fine.
Yeah, I think it's fun how he continues to mock Daniel.
Maybe they're building something.
Yeah,
Like,
maybe.
I know we've had this conversation where Daniel's not coming back. Maybe they're building to it, and if it doesn't happen, then Daniel will just pick somebody.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Edge came back for Cutting Edge, which was really, really good.
Had long hair.
Yeah, fucking big boy beard. Looked like he came out of the wilderness.
Looked like he was ready to go.
Yeah.
Looked like he wanted to spear everybody in the
Oh,
ring.
I would have freaked. But yeah, he was really entertaining. It was a good Cutting Edge. He brought out everybody. It was pretty fun. And then the Dead Man showed up.
Oh my god. Gong. It was the great.
But
It
yeah,
was amazing.
It was really good.
He looked really good. He's still the Undertaker on the mic. Still can control a crowd with saying like
really.
2 words.
Well, the crowd really wanted to chant for him.
Yeah.
And he let him for a little bit, and then he
he's
was like,
like,
no,
"Hey.
this is my fucking show."
Hey.
And just silence.
Don't disrespect me.
Yeah, just
Or I will tombstone all
and you
of
just notice
and
people
send
would
you
just
all straight
shut
to hell.
down
Yep.
and actually listen to him.
Yep.
Just a master at controlling the crowd. Came out and was pretty much like, hey, you have nothing to fear, but if you lose, then you need to fear the dead man.
Right.
And it was fucking crazy.
Which
It
almost
was
makes me
great.
want them to
yeah,
lose
and then
now,
we
even
just
though
looked
I
at each other like,
once-
all right, well, hopefully SmackDown loses.
Right, and I'm going for SmackDown.
Yep. Oh, there was a 16-man
Clusterfuck.
clusterfuck of a tag
I was just
team
about
match.
to say, let's talk
It
about
was-
the clusterfuck before I get too into this.
It was good as far as a 16-man match goes.
Yeah. It was as good as it could be.
Yeah, which isn't good.
No, you can't have a match like that unless it's like cruiserweights or people.
Yep.
Or that many people that have worked together that long.
Yep.
And then you could see that in PWG, and it'd be an amazing match.
Oh, yeah.
With all those guys.
Yeah,
but,
Jushin Thunder Liger would have butt flipped somebody.
yeah, after taking a couple thumbs.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Dumb.
No Ciampa.
Great.
You're not putting your
So
thumb
yeah,
in my
Survivor
ass.
Series is going to be a really good build-up. Lesnar and Goldberg's actually been built up really well, too.
Right? Tell me the last match that's been built this well. That's either a return, even a match. Like, when was the last match that was built this well?
I had one, but I don't think it. No.
I mean,
I can't think of one off the top of my head.
especially a Lesnar match.
Oh yeah,
No one's been built like this.
maybe Shane Undertaker for Mania.
Maybe, but
Maybe,
that
but
build
it
was
was
kind of
different.
weird.
It was
'cause
different.
like
Yeah,
it
wasn't
it
as
put
consistently
Undertaker
good.
to the side.
yeah, it wasn't as consistently
Right.
good.
It didn't make Undertaker look like the Undertaker.
No, it really didn't.
It was Vince versus Shane, which always isn't the best decision.
no.
And from what I've heard, sources, I don't know, Undertaker was supposed to lose, and he said no, like no fucking way.
Which is good. He doesn't need a fucking 2-loss to Brock Lesnar and Shane McMahon.
yeah, you can't.
We also had an argument about that because I still don't think Shane's a wrestler, but
Shane's a wrestler.
he
Shane,
is not.
okay.
He's an executive.
You're right. He is an executive.
And what was the new brand about? The new generation. Do you remember what they said it was about?
What was that?
It was
Wrestling.
about the superstars. Yep, not about the management.
Well, you know what?
And so SmackDown's been good until now about it.
SmackDown's still good about it.
I
Shane,
think it's better than Baron Corbin, to be fair.
like, let's be honest. If Daniel Bryan, who's an executive now, and I'm not comparing Shane McMahon's skills to Daniel Bryan's because no one can
Good,
even.
you can't.
No one's as good as Daniel Bryan. Nobody.
Let's slow down. There's a lot of people better.
Who?
AJ Styles.
I will say AJ Styles is up there, but I don't know if I can argue that he's better than Daniel Bryan at his peak.
Kenny Omega.
I don't think Kenny's as good as AJ, so obviously I don't think that.
Shawn Michaels.
It's a different world, man.
Okay.
There's like I'm never gonna say like this person is the greatest wrestler. I have said AJ Styles is greatest in ring worker, but I think Daniel. I don't know. Daniel and AJ, Shawn, Kenny, they're all amazing wrestlers, and if they all wrestled against each other, we could see it. But I mean, rarely you get to see that.
Kenny is a lot like The Undertaker. Kayfabe's not dead to him. He's very
Which
much
I like.
his character.
Which I like.
Yeah, he's very much the eccentric Kenny Omega. He rarely turns it off.
Right, don't get me wrong. I like Kenny Omega, and he's an amazing wrestler.
Like he's on Being the Elite, which shout out to Matt Jackson. I tweeted at you earlier. Hope you get those signed flags in for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, he even watching the Being the Elite, which I'm like addicted to. It's like a short vlog documentary that they do.
Yeah, it's like see Long Island.
Yeah, he is always wacky and kooky and very Kenny on it.
Mm-hmm.
Very rarely does he have a moment where he's not Kenny Omega.
Yeah. Like I want him to come to WWE someday.
No,
but they'll ruin him.
no,
so-
yeah, I want him to stay in New Japan forever and just let it. I want him to let them do his thing because he also won't be able to do the one-winged angel in WWE.
Oh yeah, he can.
Now it's a head driving down move.
So is Michinoku driver.
True.
Just a variation of a Michinoku driver.
Yeah,
he'll be fine.
It's a shoulder style Michinoku driver.
As long as he
But-
doesn't hurt anybody,
Yeah.
he'll be fine. If it ever happens, I bet it's gonna be like a Bushi situation where he shows up for like one or two events,
That'd be cool.
but he still works.
yeah,
for,
I'd love that. But he's still full-time New Japan.
yeah, like
Yeah,
say,
he's out on loan.
Say he shows up for WrestleMania or something,
And he's out on loan. Like what they wanted to do with Shinsuke originally was loan him to WWE.
Yeah,
But they
WWE's
didn't
like,
have
no.
the time because Lesnar fucking went fuck you New Japan and he went and did UFC.
Yeah, yeah.
So vacated the title.
Yeah.
So they're like, well, we need him back. So we almost saw Shinsuke Nakamura 6 years earlier.
Yeah, but that was pre this Shinsuke, and I don't think it would have worked.
Yeah. I don't think it would have worked as well either.
Because this is
Because he's perfectly combined his character now.
oh yeah, this Shinsuke
He's perfected
is
his
a
character. Yeah.
like and WWE loves characters, and they're usually shit.
Yeah.
But this one's amazing, and Kenny's
Agreed.
an amazing character. If they don't fuck that up, he could be a huge star too.
Yeah. I'm just
But-
thinking, like, when you neuter the club from him, since that's so much of who he is, I don't know how amazing he would be. Like, I think he's still super talented. Like, he was great Kenny Omega before Bullet Club, so I'm not really worried about it. But, like, now his character is so much Bullet Club, so much elite.
Well, just
that
take...
I think he's a talented performer to get
Just
over anything. but
reform the Bullet Club with Kenny in it.
New Japan will never do that.
New Japan only owns the right in Japan.
To
They've
the
talked
name.
about it.
They own
To
the
the
right
name.
to the name.
That's it.
Yeah. So
So if
But they have the
WWE
merch,
if WWE goes in and says
that's why
"Here's
you
the
never
deal."
hear Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson get called the club anymore, or rarely. Speaking of on the call, though, since we got totally off tangent here,
Yeah.
on the call we had Tom Phillips tonight join the crew,
Yep.
and that was exciting. But you know what was even more exciting was what Cody told me was on the rumor mill.
Yeah. Rumors are that Michael Cole is in the last year of his contract, and that WWE is trying out Tom to see if they need to re-sign Cole, or if they're good with younger talent, which would be amazing.
Because Tom Phillips is heads and shoulders above Michael Cole at this point
Right.
in their
and
careers.
I don't understand how Michael Cole has stayed there that long.
Yeah.
Because he's never been good, and like no one says the voice of the WWE, Michael Cole.
Can you imagine?
But they said that for Gorilla Monsoon, JR.
Can you imagine
all those people.
Tom Phillips and Corey Graves with my boy Byron
Your
Saxton?
boy. You don't even know his name.
I love Byron Saxton, especially since David Otunga came to SmackDown. He looks brilliant. But can you imagine Tom Phillips and Corey Graves calling Raw? That'd be amazing. I think they're the next King and JR if they do that.
Maybe. I would love them to be.
I really think they are.
My idea, here we go. Great idea right now. Let's just fire all the shitty commentators and have Morrow, Corey, and Tom do both shows.
That would be great. This is going to sound weird.
You need JBL on
I
there?
kind of do.
Just so King has some things to talk about?
King.
Yeah.
Oh, Ross. Oh, no. I thought you meant like Lawler for a second. No. Yeah, no. I need JBL on there because he is okay. I know
He's okay compared to what's sitting next to him.
he's okay compared to
Except
indie
for Corey.
commentating too. He's really good compared to them.
Well, yeah, because
So-
most of them are really bad.
Yeah. I think JBL's okay. But let's just cut it down to two-man teams.
Yeah.
Screw it. Let's just keep Corey and Tom and then Morrow and JBL because Morrow and JBL work really well together too.
Yeah, which
It
is
feels
weird.
like.
You wouldn't
Yeah.
assume that.
Yeah. And then David Otunga's like a really forced
He
third
sucks.
wheel, and it's not
really
good.
bad. Like they didn't give him any training or any like work before he got put on one of the main shows. Like,
Yeah.
At least have him do some tryout things with NXT. Like if the wrestlers have to do it, the commentators should have to do it.
Agreed. Daniel Bryant is also a really good commentator.
He's amazing.
I would say he's okay. He gets too personal, which is the problem.
Which is a lot of commentators have done that. In the past.
Yeah, I don't care for that super personal touch.
Okay.
Like Corey, he's a guy who's done a lot too.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
never hear that they always bring up his relationship with Neville, I guess, or that he was a tag team champ, just to remind people.
Yeah.
But he rarely goes personal with stuff. It's just purely analytical from him. So,
Well, he's still playing his character.
oh yeah,
Which he was a heel or an arrogant face.
oh yeah, he was a dick.
Like no one was as good as him, so
No.
that's what you do. Daniel was always the underdog and was always a friend to multiple people.
Makes
so
sense.
he's still playing his character too, even
Yeah.
if his character is an extension of his real personality.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
which
I
we
mean,
know it isn't the same for Corey. Like Corey's actually a really nice guy in real
right?
life.
He just, I
So-
mean, that's his character. He's a dick.
But yeah, WrestleMania tickets go on sale Friday.
Yep.
I'm fucking super excited.
So
and
am I.
whenever Cody pulls that trigger, I will be as well. And then I'll be marking the date and buying new underwear. And
We don't need underwear. Where we're going, we don't need roads. But yeah, pretty much what we'll do is we'll buy our tickets, and then with the weeks leading up, we'll buy the rest of them.
yep,
But it's looking like we're going to be down there. So.
I'm excited. Oh, I'm so excited. We don't know if we're doing Access or anything this year. We may be just going.
might just go to indie shows.
Indie shows instead.
Because we did Access, and it was a
was
great
good.
time.
It was
a great
good
time.
because we went we went to the NXT tapings.
Right.
So it was awesome.
And walking in was this huge,
Oh.
like, I'm guessing because
mecca.
I've never been there. I'm guessing it was like when people go to Comic-Con for the first time that are huge comic book fans.
Yeah.
Because you
Or
walk
E3
in,
if you're
or
a video
E3,
game
yeah,
fan.
if you're a
Yeah.
gamer.
If it's an expo showcase.
Right, because you walk in and you have this weird realization that everybody there is also a huge wrestling fan.
Yeah. And
And-
especially with us, we're so used to being in a weird crowd.
Right,
of
we're
ourselves.
a weird little clique
Yeah.
of people that watch professional wrestling.
Some say the elite.
The elite, we are the elite. But and then on Sunday, WrestleMania, you get there and there's 100,000 people of wrestling fans.
Yeah. People
It's
wearing
so weird.
New Day shirts and Roman Reigns
People
shirts.
wearing
and,
Bullet Club shirts,
yeah.
and
Lucha
Shinsuke-
Underground shirts.
Yeah, any New Japan shirt they can get their hands on,
Yep.
regardless of if they can read it or not.
Yep. And I'm pretty sure. Oh,
I saw some PWG shirts.
it's a cool time.
It was great.
Yep.
And AJ Styles' line was longer than anybody else's.
Yep.
That's crazy.
I like how you jumped in that. Yeah, we've already told that story.
Oh yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean that was a line you had to jump into.
Yeah.
But that's crazy that his line was so much longer than all the other WWE wrestlers, and it was his first appearance.
Yep.
Because it's wrestling fans. If that would have been a casual event, they would have been like, "Well, I'll get this guy because the line's so short."
Yep.
I mean, everyone there knew who everybody was, from the top guy to the guy that sets up the ring.
Yep.
And it's amazing to have that around you because you have that small group of friends that are like that with you, but now you have thousands of people sprinting because
They wanna be
the
first in
first note
Yep.
of Shinsuke's music hit, and
Oh
they
my
knew
God.
it was
the
him.
place abandoned. Yeah, the
The
line's
music had
abandoned.
played one time. The night before was the only time that music had played.
Yep.
And boom, instantly people started running. It was amazing. It was one of the coolest things I ever saw. But,
Speaking of Mr. Shinsuke Nakamura, he has a title defense coming up
oh my God.
at Takeover Toronto.
Do I want him to win or no?
Dude, this is legitimately. I've been saying this for now about a week, since the last round of the Dusty Rhodes Classic.
Yeah.
I've been saying that this could be very well Brooklyn. This could be NXT Brooklyn.
The first one.
Yeah, the first one.
As
This
big
could
as
be
that one,
lightning in a bottle, amazing.
Right.
Like this is the most top
Send-
bottom solid card I've ever seen.
Right. Sent NXT back up to the top because they've been down
Yep.
a little bit,
Yeah, and that's
which will happen when
due
your
to
big
Ryan,
stars
that's
leave.
due to Ryan leaving too. The head writer.
Well, yeah, and
He went to
and you
SmackDown,
lose.
which is you've noticed a bump in SmackDown's
Yeah, yeah,
quality,
yeah, yeah.
and you've noticed kind of a drop in NXT's.
Well, and everybody left all at once. Like all the women. You
Yeah,
had
it's really hard to
Finn,
rebuild from that.
Right.
Yeah,
Like even the mid, like even Baron Corbin.
I do
and
have
Apollo
a bone to pick
Crews.
with wrestling. Wrestling,
Just wrestling in general?
What culture?
Okay.
I have the minorest of bones to pick. I was listening to one of the pre-shows. I can't remember if it was like because they do that pre-show podcast,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
which is my favorite show on there.
Because it's a podcast.
Well, A, it's a podcast. B, you get an all-star cast. every
Was it
time.
Kenny?
I think it was SmackDown, so I think it was Kenny because I think it was King Ross that made the comment to the effect of they were talking about bringing Asuka up for a WrestleMania challenge against maybe Becky,
Which
for
would be
SmackDown
good.
Tag Team, which would be great.
Yeah.
But the problem is because they don't think anyone else is ready on that.
No one is ready.
Yeah, and I agree with that.
I like Liv Morgan, but that's.
But they're like, oh, if you take away Asuka from NXT, that women's division's stripped.
the only thing.
And I think it's really resilient and good right now. You have Liv Morgan.
yeah, I
who's
like
okay.
Liv. I like Liv.
Yeah.
She's
If she
a
can
better
keep-
version of
If she can
Carmella.
keep her thong in her pants and not be a fucking joke the
I
whole
don't
time.
care if her thong
Yeah,
goes out.
it-
As
it-
long as she can wrestle,
It
doesn't-
felt
it'll
really
go in.
quirky, and she was pulling up her pants the whole goddamn time, so it felt weird.
I understand.
And then Peyton Royce, who is just
Who's gonna be really good?
oh yeah, and she's she's so sexy with me right now with
Oh, yeah,
that
beautiful.
Australian accent. Blah blah blah.
Beautiful.
Billie Kay is fairly talented, despite being she's
not bad.
She's the early Ty Dillinger of that division. What I mean by that is I think a lot of people are going to come around to her
I got
in a
you.
little bit, and
Right.
I think she's actually going to start picking up wins instead of just getting crap losses.
Understandable, because when I first saw Ty Dillinger, I didn't like him.
Yep.
And it
Exactly.
took
Me
it
too.
took 2 or
And
3
now
matches, and
he's
I was
my-
in. He's my guy. Yeah.
he is my favorite. on
Well,
NXT
there's
currently.
Shinsuke, and
Nope.
then there's
I'm
him.
gonna say Ty's.
Really?
I like Ty more.
Ooh.
Yeah, is that crazy? I think so, but Shinsuke.
I see a Daniel Bryan like rise for him if he gets to the main card.
I
Like
agree.
it's gonna take a while, but the fans are gonna get pissed.
Yeah.
I hope. So.
I really
hope
like
to
him.
God.
I love. Yeah, I just listen to 10 every day. It hypes
I have it
me
on my
up.
phone as well. It's one of my alarms.
Yep,
Get
and
me ready. That and Glorious.
but you have.
That wakes you up every morning.
Oh, I can imagine. But then you also have Ember Moon in that division.
Yeah.
And she is really good. I cannot remember the friggin' name of the girl that she fought on Wednesday either. But she was pretty good too.
Wait, we have Blanchard. Or is she just a part-timer?
She's part-time.
For
I think
now.
They bring her up every now and then. Yeah.
For now. Unless they
and
say,
she's
hey.
okay. Yeah, she was
get
okay when
here.
we saw her.
Oh, yeah.
I can't
The
remember.
second I heard her last name was Blanchard, I almost shit my pants.
Yeah,
So I was like, why is she not on the
And
roster
you knew
then?
she was Ricochet's boo? Or was?
I
don't
didn't
know if they
that.
are. But
I think they
yeah.
still are. I don't really care. Like, that's awesome that you have a personal life, but I want to see you kill people in the ring.
I just want to see you make Ricochet babies. So in 20,
That too.
So in like 20 years, I have a new favorite wrestler. So
Yeah. We could have a whole podcast about that because we've had these conversations 1,000 times.
they're really strange. So
And
maybe we'll have to.
mine get a little race specific.
Yeah, you do. You definitely
And
fall
like,
race
it's
into
not.
race.
It's not that I
You're
want.
like, oh, I wish Shinsuke and Asuka would have a baby.
yeah, but that's understandable.
no, it's not. He's married.
Just because it's their race is not why I'm picking them.
And Finn and Becky. Come on.
I want somebody
I want Finn.
sometime in my life. I want somebody to look at me the way Becky looks at Finn
I
Balor.
want you to
tell
meet
me that.
Cody and Brandy Rhodes one day. And
I love them.
And they're huge listeners at that
No,
point.
that's-
and they
no.
just shake their head.
No, that's fine. I love that. I can't wait for that wrestler.
Trying to paint you just as a villain.
I
right
know you
now.
are, even though when the last podcast comes out, you'll see that I'm not. But no,
It's a SoundCloud exclusive, by the way.
yeah. So never mind. But
Yeah, so
that
only
wrestler,
so Tim knows what we're talking about. at this
that
point.
wrestler is going to be amazing.
Which one? Oh, the
Rhodes,
pure
Cody Rhodes Jr.,
Oh, the pure
CJ,
Oh.
CJ Rhodes. It's gonna be. It's just.
Did you watch WCPW, by the way?
Which one?
Him and Angle at True Legacy.
No, I wanted to.
We
but
will
I
watch
have
it
not.
afterwards because
Okay.
it was pretty good. I thought it was okay.
I mean, I've heard good things. I've heard that they started out pretty shitty because, I mean, they're trying to shock the world, and now they're pretty close to being the number 2. Like with subscribers, they have more subscribers on YouTube than anybody else except for WWE.
It's YouTube based, and that's because they also do their
Well, I
pay
understand
per views
that.
on there. I don't think they're a number 2 yet. I don't think they're in
I
talks
think-
of a TNA, Ring of Honor, and JPW. They're not on that
Okay.
level yet
I don't.
until they leave the country.
They might not be as good,
Yeah.
but more people are seeing.
I
them.
guarantee you, if they come to America, I'll try my best to see them. I know that
They're there at Mania. They're having a show
what?
They're having a show from Orlando.
What? Sold. Ticket equals sold as long as it's
Yeah.
not the night at PWG.
It shouldn't be because some of their guys wrestle for both.
Yeah.
So my guess is it would be PWG one night, WCPW one night, and then the WrestleCon main show.
We're gonna have so much wrestling.
Right.
It's gonna be like last year when we were just burnt the hell out on wrestling.
I wasn't burnt.
Oh, I
I was
was
burnt
burnt
out on the thing that burnt me out the most was Hall of Fame because and I know that this kind of hurts because you didn't get to go, but just thank God you didn't.
Yeah, I'm kind of
Because-
okay with it.
Like, okay, Sting was my favorite wrestler when I was growing
Yeah,
up.
I got
Him and
to-
Undertaker.
I went to Jack in the Box.
Right, and got
And
some food.
got some food
And watched
and-
some YouTube.
Yeah, I kind of
Yeah.
walked around Dallas a little bit. By Dallas, I mean the way suburbs of Dallas.
Yeah.
So there really wasn't much to see, but like it was pretty cool.
Right. But like,
What I should
okay,
have done is gotten an Uber and went like downtown Dallas and went sightseeing and stuff. I kinda
yeah,
kicked
because the
myself about that.
WrestleCon event was that night, but you didn't have a car. I know.
Yeah.
Like
No, it was just an oops. It was an
right,
oversight on
right,
my
right.
part. I would have
Well,
went to WrestleCon.
I think it
otherwise.
was sold out anyway.
Yeah, I believe so.
It sold out.
It should have been. It
long
had the
before.
Hardys and the Young Bucks and all sorts of
It
crazy.
was the Hardys
stuff.
versus the Young Bucks.
Yeah.
I think was the main event.
Yeah, it was a ridiculous main card.
But like, okay, you go to it, and I went just for Sting, and we knew he was going to be last, but we didn't know that the Freebirds were going to take an hour and a half dancing around, singing, telling 50 different stories, which was fine. You know, they should have been voted in a long time ago, and they finally put him in. I understand, But Sting walks out there. People start chanting, one more match. And he just goes, yeah, no, I'm done. I retire. And just retires in front of you. And you're like, there was no build up to it. He's just like, yeah, shut up. I retire. And it just sucked. I don't know. It just left a downer on the whole weekend. WrestleMania brought it back up, but seeing your favorite childhood wrestler retire in front of you and not in the ring really sucked.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I can see that. But yeah, so definitely we're going to be putting out 2 more episodes right after this one.
Yeah, we are.
We're going to be doing an NXT TakeOver Toronto predictions.
That looks so good.
And it looks amazing. But we'll get to that when we get to that.
Quick throw in. With the women's division, you said on NXT, if they bring up Asuka,
Yeah.
what are they going to do with Mickie James? Is she just a one-off?
I'm assuming it's a one-off.
So what happens if she wins the title? Like, I don't think she's going to,
She
but
won't.
you don't know.
If she does, I think that's the perfect time to bring up Asuka.
Right, but
That's
I
as
don't know, man.
pinpoint as I see it. I'm hoping it's good Mickie James that brings it.
I don't think there's ever been a bad Mickie James.
Mickie James botched so much shit.
Early
The Stratus faction.
in her career, she did, yes.
Man, yeah.
But
she
so
was
does Trish.
She was a botch machine.
Well,
early.
I mean, her and Trish were wrestling against each other, and Trish wasn't
And I don't think
that
she's gonna,
great of a worker.
I don't think she's
yet.
gonna. Yeah, I don't think she's gonna have the opportunity. A, because Asuka is an amazing worker. But B,
Her and
because
Asuka are
that's
probably the
also
same
not
age, aren't they?
Asuka's style, huh?
Her and Asuka are probably the same age. Probably been wrestling the same amount of
We're
time.
gonna have to look that up right before. But yeah, so definitely tune into this podcast right afterwards. It's an extravaganza. This whole weekend we're watching wrestling.
It's just a huge wrestling weekend, which is what the Big Four is supposed to be.
Exactly. And
Except for Mania.
anytime you have a takeover in front of a main show, I'm gonna be excited. And
Right,
a
and a
takeover
real
is
takeover.
good.
A real takeover.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't count as a takeover if it's in Full Sail, because that's where they are. Takeover is when you go to the
Yeah.
arena and you take it over.
Yeah, stuff like Takeover the End, despite being a great show,
Oh, yeah, it was a
didn't
great
feel
show.
as special.
No.
But yeah, we'll talk about more of that. So, and then right afterwards, our Survivor Series picks. You don't want to miss them. I think currently you lead by 1.
I lead by 1, yes.
Yep, because of
No, I lead by 2.
because of Hell in a Cell.
Because Charlotte got me 2 points. instead of
Oh,
one.
she did, that bitch. Yep, Hell in a Cell really got you because I got way overconfident.
Well,
I picked
it was a
everything wrong.
shit pick anyway. I wanted to change it 3 times, and I finally just said, fuck it.
Yeah, you begged.
Asuka and Mickie James are only 2 years apart.
Saving it for the other show.
Oh, well,
No,
too late.
little teaser, maybe.
Maybe
Get
they're
your-
not. Maybe it's 3 years. Who knows?
Get your brain working there. Get excited.
Yep.
Do you want to lead out with the Stone Cold impersonation about time to ring the bell, time to break her place? I can't do it, but or do you-
What?
Yeah.
What?
What?
I don't know, man.
Hey, you piece of trash. Time to play us out. What?
Oh shit! You know what? We didn't do.
What?
I didn't plug my Twitter handle.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
WA Kyle 316. Hit it
Oh.
up. Yeah, we're not tweeting Klein Kyle 69 anymore.
We're not?
That piece of trash. That piece of trash.
Yeah, you do it so much better.
Mine's at WA Cody Long.
Oh, Booker was on SmackDown.
Booker
too.
was on
Why didn't
SmackDown.
we mention this? We
This
got
is
so
a shit
distracted.
episode.
We got distracted so bad by that 16-man shit show. We forgot to mention King Booker. Yeah, King Booker came back, and it was kind of awesome.
Yeah, it
Yep.
was amazing.
Fandango, Breezango tried to run in, and that was really good. I thought.
The fashion police.
Yeah, you're all getting citations for conspiracy to commit fashion something. Or,
Passion murder.
yeah, fashion murder. And he's throwing tickets around, and then King Booker just screams at him, and then he like blows a nose in his shirt, and he's like,
I fucking love Booker.
"You dig that, sucker?" And it was just so glorious.
Dude, King Booker was probably, if it was his idea, it was the best idea.
Oh, it was great. His shucky ducky quack quack.
Pushed him straight to the top. A top he should have been on anyway. That's crazy.
But yeah, so as always, WA Kyle 316. I've been Kyle.
W.A. Cody Long.
That's been Cody.
That's me.
And as always, It's time to ring of the bell. Your face.
Was that? Never mind. All right.
No. Say it.
Was that from Star Wars?
You like it with the merchandise.
You do his voice, Greedo. Is it Greedo? Yeah, you do his
No,
voice.
it's not Greedo. It's
No, it's not.
it doesn't matter. It's
Yeah,
from episode 1.
But
No
you
one
nailed
likes
it. Yeah, you nailed it. You like
Hey.
the merchandise. Yeah, no.
It's the time to ring the bell on the wrestling agenda. What?
Ding ding. Dongbreaker, play us out.
Too fucking sweet.